our panelists as well, too, is Dr. Trina Reid, who joins us this morning. www.trinareid.com to find out more about her. We brought you on because it's fun not only to talk about Valentine's, but of course, it's also fun to talk about things like this new movie that's coming out called 50 Shades of Grey. Now, it's quite a popular book amongst the ladies, from what I understand. My wife is, yes, she's read it as well, too. She's excited to see the movie, just how it plays off on screen. But is it okay for me and my wife, or me and my girlfriend and I don't have a girlfriend, but if I did, to go to the movie?
Confusing.
Or should it just be for girls only, ladies only?
You know what? I truly feel this is a girls' night out. Don't go with your man spouse. You know, have you ever been in front of the TV with your spouse, and you're watching a sex scene, and it's just, and you both start to cringe, and you're like, and you just can't get into it because it's just awkward, and I'm not sure where that awkwardness comes from. Well, that's the entire movie. So stay away. And you know, the thing is, here's a little secret, men, if you want your wife or girlfriend to get in the mood, send her out with her girlfriends. Let her have some drinks.
Hang on, I'm just writing this down.
No, write it down. Write it down. This is a full, sure way to have her come home and feel romance. So if you go out on a date night with your partner, you know, especially if you have kids, you know, like you come home from work, you get the kids ready, you go out on your date, and by the time you come home, you're exhausted. So I often say to people, you know, if you have a date night or have a sex night, don't expect to have them both at the same time. So I think when you go out to 50 Shades of Grey with your girlfriend, she's going to come home and feel romantic. So I think this is definitely a girls' night out movie.
But Heron, you're also saying...
I would never see that with my girlfriend.
But you're also saying guys
I've also
should
read the
see
book.
it, right?
Yeah, I mean, and we were talking about this previously, it's like if everybody is reading a book, and a lot of women really enjoy the book, it's a man's duty to read that book. Because it gives you a lot of insight into some of the, the things that women like, whether that be in fantasy or reality. And sometimes, they don't necessarily want you to be like that, but it kind of gets them thinking outside the box.
But Allison, if I say no, if my wife asks me if I'd like to go and I say no, am I getting myself into trouble? Am I making a bigger
It's
statement?
how you say no. You say, you know what, honey, you got to go see this with your girlfriends. I think you'll have a blast. You're going to have a great time. I can't wait to see you when you come home.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Wow.
And I hope you're not reading that and thinking that her inner voice is most women's inner voices, because I think most women's inner voices are more sophisticated than the character in that book.
Probably, I would agree.
Had to get that out there.
I mean, the book is a fantasy. I mean, he drives this airplane around,
sure.
and but it does I think one of the reasons that the book is so popular is because it does tap in. It gives a permission for women to say, hey, you know what? I do like more freedom. I do want something exciting that's kind of happening out there. And to me, it's in some ways, and I don't want to make it too deep, but it is empowering. It kind of gives people permission to say, hey, you know what? This is okay to talk about this.
Well, let's get right into this, Dr. Reid, about Valentine's. I mean, whether you see the movie or not, Valentine's, we all have high expectations for this day. Give us some advice. Help us walk through this a little bit.
Well, the thing about Valentine's Day, it has all the good intentions. So the intention of Valentine's Day is to show your partner you care. That's what it's meant for. But I think because commercialization, marketing has taken it over, it has become something of, what kind of gifts are you giving me? And so there's
what
now...
do I need to buy to my partner to appease her?
Yeah, and also there's this, it feels like sometimes the world is... They're looking at you saying, well, what did you do for Valentine's Day? What did your partner take? Did they take you out? What did you do? And so there's a lot of pressure to have this wonderful, romantic, fantastic, connected time. And
so one word of advice. What would that one word of advice be?
I would say, do something special for your partner, whether it's on Valentine's Day or next month, but it's about making sure to spend time fussing over yourself and over your partner, because that's the glue that's going to keep you together through thick and thin. And Valentine's is our once-a-year reminder that it is important.
And that also falls into not necessarily if you're married, but also if you're dating.
you know, I think it really, as we talked about at the start of the show, it really is the benchmark to whether this is going to work, this relationship is going to work. Like, do I really want to spend Valentine's Day with this person because of what it represents? And so I think Valentine's Day does have a lot of pressure for single people, and a lot of single people feel frustrated. But I would say to the single people, you know, it's really a state of mind. So as many frustrated singles as there are on Valentine's Day, there's just as many frustrated couples on Valentine's Day. So really, I mean, this is just the Pollyanna look at it, but it's really about getting a good attitude around the state where you're at, whether you're single or whether you're in a couple. And Valentine's Day really is just another day.
So wonderful having you on panel, Dr. Trina Reid. And by the way, her website again, www.trinareid.com.
And if I could just jump in there around the idea, what should you do for Valentine's Day? It's show that you care and show that you love your partner. It should come from the heart. And often we get caught up in, and I think guys are like this, we're in our heads, what do I need to do, what do I need to get for this person? But if you simplify it and just say, well, I want to show that I really care and love you, what would I do? And then it becomes less superficial and it's just very genuine, you know.
Good points.
We're going to keep